If you've already seen the title, then you know I got scammed. But it don't matter because I already got over that shit. Welcome back, everybody. It's Meek Shoes back here with another video. Here to give you guys another Sneakerhead story installment. I do have a pair of YEEZY 350 Pirate Blacks. I haven't done an unboxing video for it or anything because I was, dealing with some stuff. The specific stuff that I was dealing with was a scam. Now with this one is different than any other online scam that you might have going on. This was a local scam, and this was a very, very specific and special local scam because this guy apparently is notorious for doing it. Now, I'm not gonna say his name because I'm just not that type of person. I don't want to ruin somebody's career. I don't want to knock somebody's hustle, even though what he's doing is wrong. But I will say this. The reason why I was particularly scammed in this is because I've gotten real Yeezys off of him before. And that's where it really comes into play, why I even got caught up in it in the first place. Sorry, there's a little bit of work that I'm doing around here on my desk. And my room is in a disarray because Actually, I'm not even gonna get into it. Bam! Pirate Black 350s. These are actually the 2015 release. They are not the newer release, but these are legit. These are the legit pair that I actually ended up getting from this guy. Let's call him Joey Badass. The story starts back up probably about a month ago. I was looking to get my first pair of 350s, and I had a friend who actually had a size 10. If everybody knows me, I'm around a 9 and 9.5, and I want to stay true to that size. I don't want to have a pair of shoes that I can't wear. But I got them for $600, and it was from a guy that I knew personally. So after that, I ended up meeting this guy, and we did a size swap for these 9.5 350 Pirate Blacks, so that I could actually start wearing the shoes. I didn't want one that was oversized and having to tie it really, really tight. I wanted one that was true to my size. So got these 350s, size swapped off of him. Everything was fine. We didn't have a problem, not a cloud in the sky. We were good. We were good to go. So Joey Badass also had a pair of 750 Adidas Yeezys in a size 9. And I was really, really interested in getting a pair of 750s, but all I had at the time were trades because, they can get pretty pricey. I would say around $1,300 is what they were worth, with them being worn and the zippers being broken. But for the 750s, he ended up saying that, yeah, I know a guy who's been looking for a couple of pair of Air Jordan 1s, so if you want to trade me your Lance pack, with one of them being dead stock, one of them being worn, then he would be fine. He would be fine if he were to do that trade. He would be taking a loss, but it was to fulfill a trade that he wanted to do, and the person was specifically looking for Air Jordan 1s that he didn't have. So he was all like, I'll take the hit. I want to help you out and give you these shoes. We've done business before in the past, so I definitely want to do it for you. My dumb ass did not do a legit check first. It was kind of rushed. He sent me the pictures of the 750 on the way to his address. And when I met up with him, I thought I wasn't gonna have any problems because we've met before, we've done trades before, and it worked out perfectly fine. So with this being the case, I had people vouching for him saying, yeah, he's legit. And I just took that as an okay for me to go in and do the deal. It wasn't through a sneaker group that I've done 50 plus purchases from. It wasn't from online where I can take the detailed pictures, post it on a YEEZY marketplace worldwide and have them do the legit check for me. It wasn't in that specific scenario. It was just me getting a number and then meeting up with a guy after. And with that being the scenario, it was the first time that I actually got scammed, and of course it was on some Yeezys, so something really high value. Anyway, so we fast forward to the meetup. I meet up with this guy, we exchange the shoes. I'm dancing in the car, I'm all super happy. It looked legit to me. I mean, the stitching was on point. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like the stitching was on point. The boost looked pretty okay to me. I didn't see the very details inside the actual boost. I could only test like the firmness of it because it was kind of a late night meetup. That's why we couldn't go to Index PDX, is where we go for all of our legit checks to do trades and stuff like that. So, and he said he was willing to meet, you just couldn't meet at that time. So with all of that information, it just led me to believe that they're gonna be legit. So I ended up doing the trade, went back home, took really detailed shots of them, was trying to stunt, show people that I got some 750s finally to go with my 350s that I picked up. And that's when it hit me. People looked at those shots that I took and they were like, the boost is off. The boost is off. And so once I actually got some good lighting, had somebody who had a pair of 750s that could compare them to mine, it ended up being fake. After that, that, I wanted to be double sure. So I went to Index PDX the next morning, and they had my shoes for about 45 minutes, and I wanted to bring the 350s as well, just to make sure that since he scanned me before, that he wouldn't be able to scan me on the 350s some way. So legit checked them. Pirate Blacks checked out to be completely fine, and the 750s turned out to be fake. So with that being said, I was pretty pissed off. I hit this guy up immediately and said, hey, we're meeting at your house tonight, right after I get off of work. I'm a little busy right now, but I just want my stuff back. Enough said. I don't have to explain what happened. We did a trade. The shoes aren't real. Regardless of what he thinks about the shoes, I want my stuff back. I just want it to go back to the way it was. He dodges my messages. He dodges my messages. Dodges my messages. I hit up his friends who are supposed to be his buddies, and they ended up getting dodged by him as well while this whole entire fiasco was going on. So I finally say, you know what? I'm just gonna show up to the address, and he's like, okay. He sent a text, said, okay. And I said, I'm gonna knock on the door and I hope to see you there. If not, then we're probably gonna have a problem after this. So I go up to his house, and it turns out that it wasn't his house. He actually gave me a couple of different locations and said, oh, this is my dad's house. I'm sometime in between houses. And none of them actually ended up being his address. So I post on this Sneakerhead group called Portland Sneakerheads. Shout out to them. That's where I do all of my deals and get most of my package deals and stuff like that locally. With that, it ended up being on that Portland Sneakerhead website. I posted a little post and I said $50 via PayPal to the first person who can actually give me this guy's address so that I can meet up with him. Because it said like he was dodging me, so I figured I'd take it into my own hands to try to find his address the best way that I could. Going out to his address, I got probably about 4 or 5 addresses. There's this one person that actually commented and said, hey, I know a for sure location. It's not even in the same district or city that you were looking in for his address. And so I was totally taken off by that, and he was just like, yeah, it'll definitely be for sure address. It'll be the house at the very, very end. And I drove out to the address, probably did about 100 miles that night, going to these different addresses, and it ended up being a fake account that this kid had created, Joey Badass, and he was sending me those addresses through that fake account, saying that it was a legit address. Now, with that being said, I knew I was dealing with something that was way out of my hands. This kid is known to scam people. He has fake Facebook accounts. He's giving out fake addresses, and so I did a little bit more research. It turns out his mom works for the school district and also is a real estate agent and owns about 9 or 10 properties that are in a couple of different cities. Gresham, Clackamas, Troutdale, all over the place, correct? So with that being said, I knew that these were the addresses that he was trying to meet up and do all of these trades at, local. And that's probably the addresses that he gets stuff shipped to, so that he doesn't have to use his real address when he's buying or selling or trading online. Now, with that being said, I knew it was something that I was gonna have to do way more research at, and I was gonna have to take out of my own hands. I ended up doing filing a police report in Troutdale and Gresham against this guy, and it came up with this plan. If I can't handle this face to face with this guy, my only options were to take it, legally against him. So I opened up some cases, and apparently since it was just a trade, there was no money involved, the police couldn't do anything about it, both districts. My best options were to take him to small claims court, and since I can't take some shoes to a court and say, hey, these aren't real, I want my stuff back, and probably he wouldn't even have the shoes by that time, I had to figure out the best way I'd be able to get my money. So I brought up this whole entire case against him about it'll be $100 to file, and I can have one of my friends that I personally know at this Index PDX shop, and he can come to the case, give valid proof that they are unauthentic, and then I could look up the Lance Mountain Pack and go to the sold section of shoes that have actually sold for my size and the condition that they were in, and get my money back that, which would have been around $900 anyways. I would have gladly taken that over some fake 750s. And at that point, I would have owned the 750s, and you can sell fake 750 for $200 easy if you list them as fake. They're good fakes anyway. Some people will actually want to wear that stuff. I just personally didn't want to do that. And so I could have sold them for $200, easily made my money back and gotten the money back for my shoes. It just would have taken longer. So with that being said, I actually ended up having to make this whole entire case against him, display that case against him, and then since he's 17 years old, I couldn't even put it against him himself. I'd have to put the collection towards his parents. And so that's where it dinged in my head. The light bulb went off and I said, he scammed so many people. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find out all the people that he scammed locally, and I'm gonna help them win their cases as well. So by the time all of these cases are actually done with, and all of these cases have been won against him, his parents would have owned thousands and thousands of dollars in collections, and everybody else would have been ridden of their, their bad experiences of buying fakes through this guy, and his reputation would have been ruined. So I gave him the option. I said, you can meet up with me, or we can do it the hard way. I can end up putting this case against you and helping all these other people complete these cases against you. You're gonna have to take time off of work, time off of school. Your parents are gonna have to take time off of work. I'm gonna have to take time off of work, but I wouldn't care at that point because I would have been getting my $900 and some change for the fake shoes. So with that being said, I gave him the option and he said, I'll meet up with you. That's the light of the tunnel right there, is when he said, I'll finally meet up with you. Instead of giving me address or saying, you have my address, meet up with me, he said, I'm going to meet up with you. He ended up showing up at my work, and I ended up getting my stuff back. I have my Lance Mountain pack, both size 9 still. I ended up having to buy another pair, and I ended up selling them for the exact same cost that I bought them for. So I'm happy with the purchase that I have here. I'm happy with the shoes that I ended up getting. I'm happy with the legit 350s that I ended up getting. The 750's are still my grail shoe that I want to get, and I hope to get very, very shortly. For the time being, and after this whole entire debacle of getting scammed, I just don't think I can do it right now. I don't want to invest more money and go through the exact same problems. I definitely know how to take care of it properly this time, and this is what I urge you guys to do. If you're going to buy shoes online, locally, you can still get scammed. Even if you have people vouching for them, make sure you do the legit check. Make sure you meet up at a consignment shop where you can do a legit check as well, in person. It's gonna take some time, but it's worth it. It's worth it. If they're not willing to meet up at a consignment shop that can do a legit check for you, or they're not willing to give you the detailed pictures that you want so that you can post them on those outlets that actually can verify whether they're real or not, then it's not worth it. They're not legit shoes. I can tell you that right now. And I've watched Mike Compass, I've watched Hess Cakes, I've watched all of these videos that verified the things to look for when buying fakes. And with me buying fakes from this kid, it still was really, really good. And he's known for scamming people. So he was taking parts from different shoes and making a perfect 750, taking the insoles out or swapping out the laces, doing whatever he possibly could to make the perfect shoe to sell to somebody as a fake, as a perfect fake. And I would have been totally fine with buying a fake if I was looking for a fake. I just wasn't looking for a fake. And so that's where it came down to. Do your legit checks. Please do your legit checks. Have a second opinion. Have people to vouch for him, especially if you're doing on those online Facebook websites. There's admins that you can say, hey, have you bought from this kid before? Have you seen anything go wrong with legit checks or on him or shoes that he sold? Reach out to those people. It's worth the extra effort, definitely. Tune in on Friday at 8 p.m. where I am dropping another video. I'm trying to do scheduled droppings now, Tuesdays at 8 p.m., which is gonna be a more general video, on feet unboxing, stories, things like that. And then I'm gonna do a customization or a restoration every single Friday at 8 p.m. So if you can definitely tune in on that time, I'll be doing scheduled droppings from here on out. And with that being said, like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you again to Crew Kicks for featuring me. The newest feature is actually a really, really good video, so check him out as well. Also on Tuesday at 8 p.m. next week, I will be doing an unboxing. I'm thinking about releasing 2 videos since this one is just a past due one. I definitely want to do an unboxing and an on-feed for these 350s since I haven't done anything yet. Meek Shoes with another video. Oh yeah. Squad!